Hi, everybody. It's me, Tiffany Tota, marriage and family therapist, and the person that has started Community for International Arab. I thought I would come on for a quick live before I start my day and talk about this up and coming Sitee Sunday. I am going to talk about why do we get so defensive? Now, one of the reasons, there are so many reasons why we get so defensive. So on Sunday, we're going to talk about how if you get easily defended, or if you jump to conclusions, or feel like you are being personally attacked, or if you're interacting with someone and they become easily defensive, I'm going to talk about all the nuances that come with that. We're going to talk about the various forms of defense mechanisms. So if you really want to learn about yourself, learn about others, I'm really going to encourage you, join me this Sunday, Sitee Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and learn about ways to manage your own defensiveness as not a personal attack, or how to manage other people's projection onto you. So I'm really excited about this Sitee Sunday, enough to do a live when I normally don't do a live. So I'm hoping to see you guys, and please DM me for any topic ideas. Let me know what may work for you. Let's see. Oh, I guess people are actually hopping on. Anybody have any questions for me, or anybody that wants to have any topic ideas on Middle Eastern mental health? This is so important to me. This community is so important. The DMs, people sending me the most incredible stories of just having a platform that they could go to and talk about these things. It is truly about self-awareness. I am not one to tell you what to do. I'm not that therapist. I'm not that person that's going to pretend I'm some guru that's going to talk about how to manage life. In fact, I'm going to tell you it's hard as hell. It sucks. It takes so much effort and energy, and I'm not going to delude anybody into thinking that you're going to magically become emotionally healthy by a few tips and tricks. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Duha. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your feedback on the videos. Let's see, Rumi, my mom denied mental health issues until she decided she was depressed. Yeah, because our culture, what I found, and I've said this in numerous videos, that we go to the extreme before we get help. We tend, especially around emotional health issues, even for yourself as a teenager, maybe you were struggling with anxiety, depression, substance use, and you felt like you couldn't feel safe enough to talk to your parents, or maybe because of the denial, the minimization, and it just gets worse and worse. And then you wonder, as a young adult, and as we get older, it gets harder to move through these things because there's more layers you need to uncover. There's more life circumstances, there's more traumas that may have happened, and it just gets harder and harder. And let's see, Rumi, big time. My parents said to pray, and I actually needed an SSRI at the time. I hear you. And, I know this issue around our parents is so complicated. And as someone that's older, man, it took me 30 years to finally be able to sit in space with my parents. It's not that they were bad people. They were just so profoundly and still profoundly limited. And it doesn't mean that I don't care about them, but it took a long time for me to be able to sit in space with them. So as a culture, I just want to validate for you guys, they're hard. And some days it's better than others. Like even yesterday, I think I did a video and I sent it to Mira, my assistant. I don't know if she posted it or not, where I was like, these people are insane. And I was talking to my cousin and we're like, how are we functioning? You're going to have days like that. Does it mean we cut them off? Does it mean we never speak to them again? No, it just means that they're hard. They're hard. And they don't have the capacity to learn and grow. But if you do have parents that have some capacity to learn and grow, if you feel like there's some movement, find your own evidence, to test the waters. But if they immediately shut down, run. Just don't even put your energy in that. As someone that's put my energy in this, 30 years, oh man, it's still really, really hard. And they come in and out. And some days they may be okay, and you're like, oh, that little person inside you is like, oh my God, this time it's going to be different. And then they'll slap you upside the head with some other nonsense. I guess I needed to really just share all that with you guys, that it's hard. Mental health is hard. And how do you build a life and a capacity to expand your tolerance? And we as Arab, I should say most people, but in our culture, what I've noticed in my own practice and in my own family and friends is we have a very low distress tolerance. And that, yes, Russell Crowe, mental health issues are so hard. It's hard. But one thing I want to share with you guys is we have very low distress tolerance. You may have very low distress tolerance. I had low distress tolerance. And it is about, some of you have, okay, let's see, I'm kind of losing myself. Most of the time we have very high frustration tolerance and very low distress tolerance. So we will put up with a lot of crap for a long time before we're like, okay, khalas, that's it, I'm done. You see where I'm going with that? So I'm saying sometimes I have to work with my clients to lower their distress tolerance, to say, okay, you're putting up with a lot of, excuse my language, you're putting up with a lot of crap. How do we help you put more limits around how much you're giving to other people? Oh, wait, I have a client. Okay, I got 10 minutes. I got a few more minutes. So you want to be able to lower your distress tolerance, but you also want to increase your distress tolerance by when you're sitting in space with family members and people. You can't listen too intently to what they're saying. It's going to drive you nuts because what they're saying a lot of times is judgment, criticism, and that's where it starts to shape how you see yourself. So you have to be really, really careful and mindful when you're sitting, because you will start to gaslight yourself. You will start to doubt yourself. You will start to doubt your own reality because they're in denial. So I'm going to talk about that on Sunday. Like when someone's in denial and you're seeing something so clearly, you start to doubt yourself. I literally was having a conversation with my cousin about that. That's not reality. So you have to really know yourself and understand yourself when you're in these environments. And sometimes you have to call yourself out on your own stuff, like your need for attention, your need to want to be seen and validated, whatever it is you need inside. Let's see. Any questions so far? I know I'm just hopping on real quick here, right before my client, but I just wanted to share with you guys, Sitee Sunday, please join me because this topic is so important. You want to protect your self-worth. But because when we're in environments where we're constantly criticized, anytime somebody gives us any feedback, we're going to be reactive. We're going to go into a shame response because growing up, nothing we ever did was good enough. It was always criticism, diamond benickel hick. And so when somebody gives you feedback, you may, what's this topic about? Me just tough-tuffing about mental health issues. It's not really, I'm talking about Sitee Sunday and what I'm going to be talking about in its defense mechanism. So many of you may struggle with low self-worth. You may be doing so much, yet you don't see that in yourself. That literally comes from people not honoring your work, but you have to honor your own work. So I'm just giving a childhood experiences. If you have any trauma in your background, I'm going to really encourage you to work with somebody around that. And I have lots of resources that we can help you with around that if you can't afford therapy, if there's no resources for that. Let me see. Where are we? How to deal with broken people. I wish I read Arabic to know what your name is. I'm sorry. But so I don't like to look at broken people as broken. I like to see none of us are broken. And when I work with my clients, I don't see them as broken. I see that life experiences has affected them in ways where their behavior and their thoughts may be challenging. But we're not broken. You may feel broken, but you're not broken. So I always look at it from a more, and it's not even positive. I look at it more from, you are whole. And when I work with people within our culture, it's unbelievable to me how anybody is functioning. The amount of trauma and everything that they've gone through, everything that they've been through, and they're still top in their class, top in their work environments, top in their relationships, meaning they do so much for other people. I say, oh my gosh, if we give, that's why this community, I say, when we give more tools, may we also allow people, when you give yourself permission to do right by you, think about where we would be. You know, a boy, he would say, and I'm going to end on this one point. You know, a boy, he would say, I had a challenging childhood, you know, they did, you know, whatever, it was challenging. And a boy said, you turned out okay. Mahoshufi inti, you turned out okay. And I said, Baba, you know what? Let me tell you something, buddy. Maybe we could have been a lot better. We could have, yeah, we moved through it because we were resilient, not because of you. So I want to remind each and every one of you, you're functioning probably better than most. Honor yourself, validate yourself, embrace yourself, that if you get up every day and you do one thing, you're great at your job, but you still have relationship problems. And we will talk about that on Sunday at 10 a.m. There will be a video, so if you miss it, don't worry, on what may be at the crux of the relationship problems. And a lot of it is our defense mechanisms. A lot of it is this psychological protection that we want to have around protecting ourselves. And that may impact your relationships. So sorry, guys, I just hopped on real quick to talk about Sitee Sunday. Let's see. And I'm going to finish up because I definitely have to go back to work. Okay. Can you talk about mothers in silent treatment? Oh, the silent treatment. Sosa. The silent treatment is so manipulative, so nasty. And I don't, you know, sometimes people say, oh, the physical abuse is bad. Yeah, that's bad. But the silent treatment, I will definitely talk about that. Fighter mindset. Oh, Rami, I've been fighting the Arab culture and Arab family my whole life. I don't know about the fighter culture. I'm older now. I'm tired. I'm hoping that we can move from fighter to maybe less fighting and more peace. All right, you guys. I love this community. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. Hope to see you on Sitee Sunday, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.